Hi there, welcome back. Today, we're embarking on a journey through the pages of a truly captivating book, The Lost Language of Plants: The Ecological Importance of Plant Medicines for Life on Earth, by Stephen Harrod Buhner. This book is a profound exploration of the deep connection between humans and plants, and it challenges us to rethink our relationship with the natural world. The book begins with a powerful and evocative scene. Buhner recounts his childhood memories of lying by a pond with his great-grandfather in rural Indiana. He describes the sensory experiences that surrounded him: the smell of his great-grandfather, the sounds of the forest, the taste of wild water. This moment is not just a nostalgic recollection, it's a profound awakening to the interconnectedness of all life. Buhner describes how his great-grandfather, a man deeply connected to the earth, taught him to appreciate the natural world in a way that was both intimate and profound. This experience of tasting wild water is symbolic of a deeper connection to the earth, a connection that has been lost in modern times. Buhner contrasts this with the domesticated water of our industrialized world, suggesting that we have become disconnected from the natural world and the wisdom it holds. Buhner introduces the concept of biophilia, a term coined by biologist Edward O. Wilson, to describe the innate human affinity for other living things. He argues that this connection is not just a sentimental notion but a fundamental aspect of our humanity. He believes that our disconnection from nature has led to a profound wound, both internally and externally. Buhner describes how this disconnection manifests in our treatment of the environment and in the way we view ourselves. He argues that the loss of biophilia has led to a worldview that sees the universe as a machine, devoid of life and intelligence. This perspective, he suggests, has profound implications for our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. One of the most compelling sections of the book explores the conflict between the traditional use of plant medicines and the rise of pharmaceuticals. Buhner recounts the history of how, in the early 20th century, the scientific community systematically attacked the use of plants as medicines, labeling them as unscientific and dangerous. This led to the suppression of traditional plant knowledge and the rise of a pharmaceutical industry with its empty promises of curing all diseases. Buhner argues that this shift was not just a change in medical practice, but a fundamental shift in our worldview. The reductionist, mechanistic view of the universe that underpins modern science and medicine has led to a disconnection from the natural world and a loss of the wisdom that comes from understanding the interconnectedness of all life. Buhner delves into the environmental consequences of our reliance on pharmaceuticals. He highlights the alarming fact that many pharmaceuticals are not biodegradable and are excreted into the environment, where they can have devastating effects on ecosystems. He cites studies that show the presence of pharmaceuticals in waterways, soil, and even in the bodies of wildlife. He argues that the environmental impact of pharmaceuticals is a direct consequence of the worldview that sees the universe as a machine. This perspective allows for the exploitation and degradation of the natural world, as it is seen as nothing more than a resource to be used. One of the most alarming aspects of Buhner's exploration is the discussion of the rise of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. He describes how the overuse of antibiotics has led to the evolution of bacteria that are resistant to even the most powerful drugs. This, he argues, is a direct consequence of our attempt to control and dominate nature, rather than working with it. Buhner suggests that the end of the antibiotic era is a wake-up call, forcing us to reconsider our approach to medicine and our relationship with the natural world. He argues that we need to embrace a more holistic view of health, one that recognizes the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of working with, rather than against, the natural world. Buhner then takes us on a journey through the intricate and fascinating world of plant chemistry. He describes how plants are not just passive organisms, but are actively engaged in a complex dance of chemical communication. They produce a vast array of compounds that serve a multitude of purposes, from protecting themselves from predators to communicating with other plants and organisms. He argues that this chemical communication is a form of intelligence, a way in which plants interact with and respond to their environment. This perspective challenges the traditional view of plants as mere resources and suggests that they are active participants in the ecosystem. Buhner makes a compelling case for the idea that plants are not just medicines for humans, but are essential for the health of all life on Earth. He describes how plants produce compounds that are used by other organisms, from insects to mammals, to maintain their health and protect themselves from disease. He argues that the loss of plant diversity is a threat not just to human health, but to the health of the entire planet. He suggests that we need to recognize the importance of plants as medicines for all life and work to protect and preserve the plant communities that sustain us. In the final section of the book, Buhner emphasizes the importance of restoring our connection to the natural world. He argues that this is not just a matter of environmental conservation, but a fundamental aspect of human health and well-being. He suggests that we need to cultivate a sense of biophilia, a deep appreciation and respect for the natural world, in order to heal the wounds of our disconnection. He offers practical exercises and techniques for reconnecting with nature, from spending time in natural settings to engaging in mindful observation of the world around us. He believes that by reconnecting with the natural world, we can rediscover the lost language of plants and restore the balance that has been disrupted by our modern, industrialized world. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. Let's continue the conversation about how we can reconnect with the natural world and restore the balance that is so essential for the health of our planet and ourselves. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, the world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book The Lost Language of Plants, The Ecological Importance of Plant Medicines for Life on Earth, by Stephen Harrod Buhner. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.